Hi, welcome to your Pilates mat work class. My name is Debbie Robbins and I'll be taking you through the session today. These classes are designed for people without injuries, so if you do have any aches, pains or injuries, please consult with your doctor, physiotherapist or physician before taking this class. Have a great session.
Back, and then all you're going to do is just place your hands where you want to feel your breath, so whether it's in your upper chest or whether it's on your rib cage or your belly. And all I want you to do is just gently breathe all the way in. And then just gently breathe all the way out. And just notice where your breath is at. So even just notice whether it's short breaths or whether it's deep breaths. And just see how that actually feels, where it's sitting at the moment. And whether it's filling the whole of your body, whether you're just breathing into a short area. So just notice what's happening there. And inhaling through the nose. And then exhaling out through the mouth. And just gently breathing all the way in. Think about really expanding both sides, so equally the right and the left side of your lungs. And just seeing if your lungs can keep expanding, expanding, expanding. Just stretching, just opening the rib cage and the intercostal muscles out to the sides and at the back as well. So really just giving everything space. And then a sigh as you exhale. So just letting go of any tension that you're holding in the body, in the jaw, the face, the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the spine, the hips, the legs. Just take away any tension for whatever reason you're holding in your body. And we're going to repeat this again. So you're breathing all the way in and expanding the lungs, the left, the right, out to the sides, the back, widening through the shoulders, creating space, and then exhaling. And then again, just breathing in, expanding, creating that space, really stretching inside, really using those lungs, and then exhaling. Big deep breath all the way up, big sigh. Just releasing the tension. And then the same thing again, just gently breathing in. Opening up, filling space. Hold it for longer if you need, or shorter if you need. And then exhaling. And just really enjoy every single moment of that breath. So really encouraging it to deepen and soften in your body as well. Changing your hand position if you want here. Breathing in. And a big sigh all the way out. And the last one, you're going to breathe in. And then slowly exhale all the way out. And then from here, just lying on our back, we're just going to stay in this constructive rest position. So our heels, our feet are in line with our hips. And then our knees are directly up towards the sky. And let's just go into head nods here. So we lengthen the back of the neck and we're looking in the direction of the knees. Keep the shoulders nice and wide here. And then you're going to look just back up to the ceiling again. Look towards the knees and look up to the sky again. And as you do this, I want you to keep a nice big space between your ears and your shoulders, but keep the shoulders nice and wide as well. And just gently looking in the direction of the knees. So you're really just starting to get that awareness of the neck flexors at the front, how the head feels today, the neck feels today, but keeping the head heavy on the floor. Now an option here is to lift the head so that you're taking the weight of the head with the neck flexors. The other option is to keep the head down. So you either keep your head down or you lift the head up so that you take more weight on here. So that's totally up to you what you want to do there. Just working with the neck flexors. So lengthening the back of the neck. And sometimes that's just a good feeling just to get that stretch thrown across the upper trapezius, especially if you feel like tighter there as well. So just really lengthening the back of that neck, connecting at the front and lengthening at the back. And just doing that as a gentle head nod. With an option every now and then, once you've brought your chin to your chest, to lift the head up. Good, nice, yeah. And we keep the shoulders really wide as you do that. And then the next thing we're going to do is take the arms up into the air. And we're going to really reach the shoulders off the floor. So the arms reach right up to the sky and the shoulders come off the floor. As high as you possibly can get them, but keeping the head heavy. And then relax back down. And then reaching all the way up. And then relaxing back down. You're just going to repeat that. Just keep reaching the fingers all the way up to the sky. Seeing how far you can possibly reach. And then sink the shoulders all the way back down to the floor. And you're just going to keep repeating that. And again, as you do this, the pelvis just stays nice and heavy. And what we can look at doing here is changing the arm position. So you can have it so palms face towards each other or palms face down towards the toes. Just feel the difference as well when you do that. So there's no right and wrong, it's just a different feeling. Just as we rotate through the arms. And now from here, we're going to take the hands out to the side. So you can lead with just the elbows so the arms are bent if you want, or you can take the arms straighter out to the side. And then you're just going to bring them back up to the sky again. And out to the sides, and then back. Still keep your head nod, so you're looking in the direction of your knees. But the arms are just going out to the side, and then back. And then we're going to take them in circles. And as we do these circles, I want you to think about keeping the shoulders really relaxed and heavy to the ground. Just nice, slow, steady circles. And then you're going to change direction. So take the arms in the other direction. Again, keeping the shoulders heavy into the floor. And the head stays heavy. Good, and then take the hands all the way back down again from there. This time we're going to lift one leg and we're going to just keep the pelvis nice and heavy, and then we're going to circle the leg. So you're just gently circling it in one direction and then in the other direction. And as we do this, we're just keeping the weight balance on both sides of the pelvis. And then take that leg back down and just do the other leg. So we lift the leg up. And we're just gently circling it again. Just keep thinking about the femur, the thigh bone just sinking into the floor. And then circle, change direction. You're just mobilizing, just gently moving through the pelvis here. Is this okay for you, Judith? Yeah? Good, and then place both feet down on towards the floor. Good. So knees up towards the sky, shoulders nice and wide. Really nice. And all we're going to do now is our pelvic tilts. So all we're doing is just gently tilting in the pelvis and then releasing back down. And we're only just moving the lumbar spine and the pelvis here, lengthening the tailbone up to the knees and then back down again. And just lengthening and then back down. Just small pelvic tilts. And you just keep tilting here. It's nice, slow, steady movements. And you're really just getting used to how that pelvis feels as you're just articulating. You don't have to do large movements. You don't have to engage or switch fire all the muscles on. Just mobilizing, just feeling out how your lower back feels today. It's nice, slow, steady movements. And then I want you to just take a nice slow deep breath in. Breathe all the way out. Really think about relaxing your rib cage down towards the floor. It's nice and heavy and grounded. Head is nice and heavy, looking towards your knees. Imprint, lengthen up through your tailbone and lift the pelvis up into the air. So we're just going to slowly articulate all the way up. Keep looking in the direction of your knees. Shoulders nice and wide. Good. Keep thinking about the shoulders being wide, neck being long. Now breathe in here, and then we breathe out and we bring the front of the body down. So think about just melting down through your lungs, your vertebrae one by one, articulating all the way back down again. Really nice, good, and back down. Lovely, we're gonna do the same thing again. So you're gonna breathe all the way in, breathe all the way out, engage your pelvic floor, and then just gently lengthen the tailbone up towards the knees. And as you lengthen here, really think about using those glutes. As you just lengthen and lift, peeling up through your tailbone. When you're at the top, wherever the top is, you can either think about leading from your rib cage or leading through your pelvis. I'd focus at the moment more on pelvis, so you can open out through the hips, but there's nothing wrong with the rib cage leading. And then slowly breathing out, and then let your rib cage come all the way back down, rolling down through the spine. Think about lengthening your spine as you roll down as well. And allowing your pelvis to come down nice and heavy onto the floor. And you're going to breathe in, and then just let yourself be heavy on the floor. So allow your pelvis to be heavy on both sides, let your rib cage be heavy. Take a deep breath in, breathe all the way out, engage to the back pelvic floor. Connect with your big toes here as well. So remember that connection with your feet as you articulate and roll all the way up. This time float the arms up into the air. And we're going to just do sweeping circles with the arms. So keep the hips up into the air. Circle the arms 4 times in one direction. And then 4 times in the other direction. Bring it back to the center. Breathing in. Breathing out as you slowly articulate and roll back down through the spine. Good. And you're just bringing the vertebrae down one by one, and then release the hands all the way back down at the side of the body. Really nice. Breathing in. Breathing all the way out, and slowly articulating all the way up again from your pelvis. Nice. Yeah. Lifting the body up into the air. Really good. Nice. Lift up, 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 up. Shoulders stay wide. Back of the neck stays long. Now let's stay here. Now let's rock the pelvis from one side to the other. So you're just gently lowering one side and lifting the other side. And all we're doing is just gently, gradually moving from one side to the other. Try to notice that one side, you want to do it equally on one side as you are on the other. And then bring it back to a central position. And again, float the arms up in the air. This time you're going to take your arms up above your head, just to wherever you're comfortable. And as the arms go up over your head, you're going to keep the rib cage relaxed down. And then slowly roll down through the vertebrae, keeping the knees in line with the hips. And just slowly articulating the vertebrae one by one. And then bringing the hands all the way back down at the side of the body. Last one, same thing again. Breathe in. Breathe out, and then articulate all the way up from the tailbone, slowly lifting the hips up into the air. Shoulders stay wide and heavy. Float the arms up into the air. Take them all the way back, above the head, wherever's comfortable. And then slowly roll all the way back down again through the spine.
Good. Yeah, really good. So it's just a little bit more testing for the spine when the arms go up over the head, because it makes our rib cage sometimes go more into extension. So it's just more challenging. It's really good for the shoulder range of motion, just opening up the shoulders as well here. Awesome. Gently rock the pelvis from one side to the other. So just easing that out. And you're just thinking about massaging the lower back on the floor, massaging out through the pelvis. And just connecting the lower back onto the floor when you come across. Then you're going to bring your feet together, knees up to the sky. Place your hands on the side of your abdominals. So you're just on your obliques. And you're just going to slowly take your legs over to one side. And then breathe out. Draw your abdominals in to bring your legs back to the center. And then take your legs over to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw your abdominals in to bring the legs back to the center. We're just going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in, take the legs over to the side. Breathing out, draw the abdominals in and bring it back to the center. Inhale, take the legs over to the side. And exhale, bring it back to the center. And then from there, bring the knees into the chest and just gently again rock from one side. And then from here, we're going to come and lie onto our fronts. Good girl. Okay, so from here, what I want you guys to do is just gently rock your pelvis from one side to the other. So just gently massaging out. Yeah, just letting the thighs relax and just slowly rocking one side to the other. And what I want you to do from here is now just think about keeping the pelvis heavy, but draw the abdominals up off the floor. So the abdominals draw up, but the pelvis stays nice and heavy all the way down. Keeping that pelvis heavy, keep the abdominals engaged. Now I want you to use the glutes. So think about squeezing the glutes together. And then relax and switch everything off. Same thing again, breathing in. Breathing all the way out. Pelvis stays heavy. Draw the abdominals up away from the floor and then the glutes. So this is just about really firing on. Really getting that awareness within in the body. And then we start to use the limbs just that little bit more. So breathing in. Breathing out. Engaging through the abdominals and the glutes. Try to switch the glutes on at the same time as well. Same strength, and then off at the same time as well. So you're breathing in. Breathing all the way out. Engage through abdominals, glutes. And then switching everything off. Okay, so now we're going to add into this a straight leg lift. But I want the leg lift to come from the glutes. So if you need to, you can put your hand on your butt and really make sure that it's coming from here. So then we're going to make that stronger. And what you're going to do is lift up one leg and then lift up the other leg. So you're just alternating legs. One leg and then the other leg. So as one leg goes down, the other leg goes up. And you just go one down, one up. One down, one up. Just engaging. If you want to make that even stronger, then you go into your swimming. Julia, there's your swimming exercise. So just gently, yeah, kicking the legs. Yeah, and you can make it faster. And just swimming like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Or you can take it slower. But it's all about engaging through your abdominals and your glutes. Really firing on through those glutes. Yeah, brilliant, guys. And then take that all the way back down.
Rest here, just let yourself melt into the floor for a moment. If you want, you can lift up and sit back on your heels. Just take a moment there. Hey. Okay, so now we're going to take that a little bit further. You're going to take your hands up above your head. So your hands come out in front of you when you're lying on your front. And we're going to do the same thing with our arms this time. So all I want you to do is just gently lift one arm. Now, once you've lifted the arm, really think about the shoulder drawing all the way back as well. So that the shoulders are staying wide is the feeling that we want. Now, the head can either be up or we can have the head down. It's quite good to start to work with the head up so you get used to that feeling of strengthening the neck. But if you need to begin with, you can have the head down on the floor as well. But just gently lifting one arm at a time, just one arm. Keep those shoulders really wide. The back of the neck long as well, so you look down towards the mat. Good, really nice. Yeah. Okay, now let's see if we can do opposite arm and leg. So you're going to breathe all the way in, breathe all the way out, and then lift opposite arm and leg, whichever side you want to do first. So when we're there, keep the shoulders still wide, keep the weight balance between the pelvis, draw the abdominals in. Now take that back down, breathe in, breathe all the way out, engage, and then lift the other side. Now you can either fully take it all the way back down again, breathe in, breathe out, and then lift the other side, or as one side goes down, you lift the other side up. So it just becomes, again, more like the synchronized swimming. So one side goes down, the other side comes up. And again, you can start to make that faster as well if you want. Keep using the breath as well, so you're really powering through this because it takes quite a lot of energy using all your limbs, both your limbs. So breathing in, nice deep breath all the way out. As you just gently power. Yep, shoulders stay wide and go faster if you want. Yep, and go faster again if you want. Yeah, stay in your center, lengthen the leg all the way out. If you're going to lengthen your left leg away, it looks like you're hitching slightly in your hips. So really lengthen that left leg away. Using the abdominals. Great, and then back down again. Nice. So either again, melt into the floor here and rest, otherwise sit back on your heels and then ease that out. Okay, next thing from there, come back down. You're gonna lie on your side this time. So we're gonna lie on our side with our knees bent. So all I want you to do is just have your knees out into the front and then have your feet in line with your back. Now you can either be upright here or you can be down on your elbow. Yeah, your shoulders stay wide. So we're really like actively pressing the floor away. I want your feet to stay nice and heavy, and then you're just going to lift your knee, but just really get the feeling that your ankle stays heavy, your shin stays heavy. So the effort really is we're just lifting this limb here using the glutes. So it's just lifting that knee out to the side, up to the sky, and then back down again. And this is really good for strengthening your glute medius and minimus. It's really good for the pelvis. But the leg just stays heavy, so the leg really doesn't do much. You're just getting used to the glutes doing the work, and it's really about it just coming from the side of the pelvis. And we're going to keep that leg up now, and then you're just going to do little pulses at the very top. So wherever your top is, And that you're just holding it at the, so this is active flexibility. So it's wherever your range is, and then you're just increasing the strength where your range is, or just working on the endurance there. Hold that there. And now the next thing we're going to do is float the ankle. So one goes just above the other. So we float the ankle in the air. Now take the whole leg down and then lift it all the way back up. So it's coming up parallel in the air, good, and then back down. And it's lifting parallel and then back down. You're just gently lifting and lowering. So again, we want to see that you feel this just at the side of the hip. And then you're going to stay there and then pulse at the top of this one as well. So keeping the leg at the highest point, keep pushing the floor away with your arm, and then take that back down, and then we're going to swap sides. So again, legs are bent, feet in line with the back. And then either be all the way upright or come down. And then we start just by letting the ankles be heavy, shoulders stay wide and open. Head is up in line with the rib cage and the pelvis, and you're going to breathe in. Breathe all the way out, and then just lift the knee, and then back down again. And it's just small, steady movements, just lifting, nice and steady. Small, yeah, good. And again, you want it to be coming from the glutes, so try to let the leg feel heavy. So it's like the leg's trying to not really lift too much, and it's all coming from the glutes. You can put your hands on the glutes if that helps. And then stay up there, little pulses as you're breathing out. Just really get that awareness of the glutes again. Nice and slow and steady. And then this time from here, what you're going to do is take the leg back down and then just hover the ankle again. So it's just off the floor. And then you're going to lift and then lower. So that the whole leg is lifting. And then lift and lower. Brilliant. Breathing out as you go. And lifting. And lifting. Good. And again, stay nice and strong with the bottom arm. Lifted up and lengthen with the neck. And then stay here, little pulses as you're breathing out. Keeping that leg as high as it can go so it doesn't adjust the rest of the body. And then bring that back down. And then from there, you're going to come up to an upright position and just shake out the legs as if you're going into happy hips. We've got to love happy hips. And then let's just take the feet, sit there flat onto the floor. Hands go underneath the knees. Now they can come on top if you want, or they can come underneath. It's whichever feels best for you. And then all you're going to do from here is just curve into the spine, into the body, looking towards the groin. And then coming all the way up and lengthening as high as you possibly can. And then just curving and coming up. And the curve mainly comes from your lumbar spine and your thoracic. So I'm not really wanting to see your neck curve too much. The effort mainly comes from the spine. Yeah. And you're curving the whole of your spine like a rainbow. So if you can see yourself in the on the screen, try and see that your spine is curving like an even rainbow, and then back up again. So that there's not one place that's moving more than another. And you're just curving and then coming back up. Now we're using our hands just to take some of the weight so that we don't get grippy here. But if you want, hands come in front. Again, keep the shoulders wide and then try and curve from here with the arms reached out in front. And you can think about almost reaching forwards for something. So your arms are really reaching forwards as you're trying to curve the spine. You're getting that two-way stretch. So the arms go forwards, the spine goes back, and you get that reach. My arms are just staying parallel with my legs here as I get that reach forwards, and I'm trying to curl back. And we're gonna really use the breath here. So then we're gonna go from here like we did earlier, and we take one arm out to the side. Now you can choose how wide you wanna go, but keep this connection and then bring it back. And also I would look to one side and then bring it back. And then look to one side and then bring it back. And look to one side and then bring it back. Just nice, slow, yes, movement from one side to the other. So with this one, we can then start to take it further and further. So we can roll down through the spine, take the arm out to the side, and we can really start to roll all the way, eventually down the spine on one side. To come back up, you can either roll directly up through the center here, again, finding that reach with your arms. Otherwise, scooping your hands underneath your thighs, pushing your elbows to come all the way back up. Yeah? But all we're doing is just gently breathing out, rolling down through the spine, and just taking the hand all the way down. Yes, good, yeah. And you can either alternate arms as you're going, rolling down, or you can just take one arm all the way and keep following it all the way down to the side. So what we're doing is rolling down through the spine, just like a roll down, but using that arm as an extension as you roll all the way down as well. Yes, good. That was nice, Judith. So just using the breath. Oh, yeah. Go back into head nods or constructive rest if you're getting achy in your neck and shoulders as well here. Cool. Beautiful, guys. Okay, rest from there. And then bring your legs all the way out in front again. Hands go behind, and you're just shaking out through the legs. So just go into your happy hips, just easing, releasing that off. Good. So sometimes we get a bit grippy in certain areas in our body, and then it's just knowing when to stop and just release that out as well. So you're just feeling, you're just getting used to what's going on in your body. A lot of the time our hips here can grip, or in our neck and shoulders. So what I want you to do is just come up to an upright position. Pelvis is nice and heavy. And then all we're going to do from here now is just slowly extend away one leg and then bring it back. So this is going to challenge us. We really want to draw in with our center that little bit more as we stretch one leg away straight. Now the other thing we can do here is take our hands behind us. So you can be lying down flat on the floor for this, or you can be seated upright. And you're just extending one leg out and then bring it back. And extend one leg out and bring it back. So as the leg extends out, as you're extending the heel away from the pelvis, I really want you to think about scooping up with your abdominals here. So it's really about this root of the leg comes all the way up into the lower back and the bottom of the rib cage, basically, the bottom of the breath. So it's using the breath here to connect. Now, sometimes this can just be strong enough on its own when you really get that connection of the leg coming up into the center. Otherwise, take it into both legs, but don't feel you need to rush into this. It's really about just getting the connection on one side nice and strong. And again, you challenge this more by being upright, or you can be lying back. So you just choose which one you want to do, and you can always change it. And then what we're going to do is slide the leg away. Now, either choose to have a flexed foot in that straight leg or a pointed foot in the straight leg. And then you're going to breathe out, draw in, so you're really thinking about that pelvic floor abdominals, and then lift the leg 5 times. And you're only just lifting it a couple of inches off the floor. And then take that back in and change legs. So the other leg slides out straight, either flexed or pointed, and you're just lifting it for 5, 4, 3. So we're just using more endurance now. 1, and then bring it all the way back out. And then lengthen out the first leg again, either pointed or flexed. You're going to lift the leg only an inch off the floor, and you're going to slowly circle that leg. 5, 4, 3, shoulders wide, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then change legs. So we slide the other leg away. Again, either point or flex. Lift the leg only an inch. Circles. Just small, tiny circles, really connecting with your center. Change direction. Good. Now this position that we're in here, so one leg is bent and one leg is straight. We're going to repeat again, but you're going to do it lying on your back. So we bring the right knee into the chest, either holding on top of the knee or underneath the thigh, and the left leg is out straight. So the right knee's bent, left leg is out straight. Now lift that leg only just off the floor, the same as we did before. And you're going to think about breathing out, really connecting the rib cage down, shoulders stay wide. Now an option here to lift the head, and you're going to look towards the knee. And then we're going to change the legs. So we bring the left leg in and we shoot the right leg out. And it comes off the floor just by a few inches. And again, either option to have the head up or the head is down. And then we change legs, breathing out for 6 and 5, breathing 4 and 3. So this is your single leg stretch, 2, 1, and then bring the legs all the way back in, and then rest the head all the way back. And you can just gently massage the lower back here again, rocking from side to side. Good. And then we're going to repeat that again. This time you have an option to either do single leg stretch again, which is just the one leg, or you can do double legs if you'd like to make that stronger. So I'm going to leave that choice up to you. But the main thing is that we really connect with the rib cage. Now sometimes it does make it easier lifting the head to get the rib cage further down. Yeah? But then sometimes it would obviously feel the neck working more. So it's totally up to you whether you want to have the head up or down. You've got options. But let's bring the right knee into the chest again. And again, either holding above. So holding above and really pulling the knee into the chest is when you really work with the range of motion. And then holding underneath, if it feels better, more there rather than pressing on top. And the other one to do is when you have the right hand down to the right ankle and the left hand onto the right knee. And that's where we think about the alignment. Yeah, so you've just got options of how you want to use your hands there. And it's whatever you want to focus on. So then we straighten the left leg out. So we're going to do 8 of these, the same thing again, single leg stretch. Alternatively, bring both knees into the chest, and then we just extend both legs and hands. So the legs go away, and the arms go up away over the head as well, and they reach away from each other. So let's go for 8, either single or double leg stretch. 7, using the breath, 6, 5, 4, breathing 3, 2, 1, bring the knees into the chest, and then again, just resting that out. Well done, nice. So from here, what I want you guys to do is just let your head be nice and heavy, hands at the side of the body, knees up to the sky, so your feet are flat. Find the connection with your big toe. And lift the arches. So you've got that nice connection through the feet, transferring all the way up into the pelvis. And you're going to lift the hips just directly up into the air. And then all we need to do from here is just lower the hips directly down. And then you're just going to lift the hips up. So we're really thinking about pressing the hips up to the sky and back down. You're just going to repeat that again 4 more times. Good, so stay up there. Now that position there you're in is a kneeling position, yeah? And then your palms are going to be facing down to the floor. And you're going to reach with your fingertips, and you're going to really think about pressing with your arms so your shoulders go really wide. So you're almost trying to take the weight into your arms more and less on your feet. And then bring that all the way back down. And rock from one side to the other and just come up to a seated position. So I'm just going to demonstrate that same position you were in is here. Yeah? So the feet were on the floor, and then we were just trying to press in this position here. So you're just trying to get the hips to open, equally press off your hands. So it's like they're actively reaching down and then back the way as well. So it's just You're just trying to really use your arms and your back muscles there. And this actually kneeling, this position here, you can either do it with feet together or feet apart. This exercise here, this gets called chest expansion as well. So it's just, they're all just slightly different ways of doing them as well. So from here, let's just come to a seated position. And then what you're going to do is just take your hands again onto your abdomen or your rib cage. And then I want you just to feel your breath again. So just gently breathing all the way in. And really just expanding again through the breath and then breathing out. And as you do that, let the spine lengthen. And then breathing all the way in again. And then just gently breathing all the way out. Good. And we're going to do that with a movement now. So you can move your legs wherever you want them. And I want you just to come up to a seated position. And you're going to sway. So you're going to take your arm over to one side and then bring it back to the center. So you just take the arm over to one side and bring it back to the center. It's nice and slow and steady. And you're keeping the weight balance on both sides of the pelvis as you do this. So you're thinking about the spine really lifting up to the sky. And then bring it back to the center. And then this time what we're going to do is take the hands behind us and lift the chest up to the sky to really open up through the chest. And then you're going to bring your hands around and give yourself a big hug. So take the hands across the front of the body, curling in. And then take the hands behind and just really opening up through the chest. And then the last one, bringing your hands in front. And then taking the hands behind the head. Drop through the shoulders. Just take away any tension through neck and shoulders. Bring your chin to your chest. And then just gently look down towards your groin. Keeping the spine long. And then coming all the way back up again and just relaxing the hands back down again. And just roll your shoulders up and down. And just try and roll where they just feel nice. So you're not forcing any movement. It's just a nice, slow, steady. You want to move it like kind of honey or like they've been all oiled. Just moving nicely. And then bring it back to the center and then just gently moving your head from one side to the other. And again from here, keep the shoulders wide, but just gently taking a small movement all the way down. So you're coming down for a half circle. Good. And then we're going to work with breath again here as well. So what I want you guys to do is choose, you can either stay seated, you can be lying back, whichever you prefer. I'm going to talk you through breaths and we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to inhale for 5 and then exhale for 5 and then do the same for 6, 7, and then 8. So just gently breathe all the way in together. Yeah, nice. And then breathe all the way out. And you're going to breathe all the way in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just take a nice deep breath all the way in. And a big sigh all the way out. Letting go of any tensions. Let your face relax, your jaw relax, your hands. Lovely. Inhale. And then a big sigh all the way out again. And last one. Make a nice big sigh here. Gently rock from side to side or come up to a seated position, but just take your time with this one.